How to start a service business, even if you have no money, no skills, and no clients. If you think you need money, skills, or experience to start a service business, you're already losing, because the biggest advantage you can have right now is not what you know, it's how fast you move. And while most people are stuck thinking, learning, preparing, someone else is already getting paid, not because they're better, but because they started. And that should bother you, because right now, there are people making money with less knowledge than you, less skill than you, less experience than you, and still winning. Why? Because they understood one thing early. You don't need to be ready. You need to be in motion. And most people never get there. They wait. They overthink. They plan. They tell themselves, I need to learn more first. I need a better idea. I need the perfect moment. And that moment never comes. So they stay where they are, watching, learning, consuming, and making zero. Meanwhile, someone else starts with nothing and figures it out along the way. And that's the difference. So if I had to start a service business from zero, no money, no skills, no clients, this is exactly what I would do. No theory, no fluff, just execution. Step 1. I would pick a simple service. Not something complex. Not something innovative. Something people already pay for. Because you don't need a new idea. You need demand. So instead of asking, what can I create? You ask, what are people already paying for? Content, design, outreach, lead generation, editing, research, anything where someone has a problem and is willing to pay to fix it, because money follows problems. Always. Now here's where most people mess up. They try to be different. They try to stand out. They try to build something unique. And they fail. Because when you're starting, you don't need to be unique. You need to be useful. And useful is simple, clear, direct. So instead of saying, I build AI-powered automated growth systems, you say, I help you get more clients. That's it. No complexity. No confusion. Because simple sells. And confusion kills. Step 2. You make the offer stupidly clear. Not big. Not impressive. Clear. I will get you 10 leads. I will write your content. I will improve your emails. One problem. One solution. One result. Because when people understand instantly, they're more likely to say yes. Now here's the part nobody likes. You go out and talk to people. Not build a website. Not design a logo. Not set up systems. You talk to people. Because businesses are not built on ideas. They're built on conversations. And this is where most people fail. They hide. They wait. They prepare. Instead of doing the only thing that matters, they don't reach out. So I would do the opposite. I would go where people already are. Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, freelance platforms, communities, anywhere people are asking for help. And I would respond. Every day, someone says, I can't get clients. I respond. Someone says, my content isn't working. I respond. Someone says, I need help. I respond. No pitch. No pressure. Just value. Because value creates attention. Attention creates trust. And trust creates money. And this is where something shifts. People start noticing you. Maybe not a lot, but enough. A reply. A like. A message. And now comes the moment most people avoid. You ask, Do you want help with this? That's it. And yes, you will get ignored. A lot. Seen. No reply. Silence. Good. Because this is where most people quit. Not because it doesn't work, but because it doesn't work instantly. And if you can push through this phase, you're already ahead. Then one day, someone says yes. Maybe it's $20. Maybe $50. Maybe $100. Small, but real. And that changes everything. Because now it's not theory. It's proof. And once you have proof, you don't need motivation. You need repetition. So you do it again. More outreach. More conversations. More offers. And now you start learning. What works? What doesn't? What people respond to? What they ignore? And your skill improves faster than any course could teach you. Because real feedback beats theory. Every time. Now something interesting happens. You get better. Faster. More confident. Not because you feel ready. Because you've done it before. And this is where things start to grow. One client becomes 2. 2 become 5. 5 become 10. Not overnight, but faster than you think. And here's where most people destroy everything. They stop. They get one result, and they switch. New idea, new niche, new service, and they lose all momentum. Instead of doing the one thing that actually works. Repeating. Because repetition builds skill faster than learning ever will. So if I had to do it again, I wouldn't chase new opportunities. I would stay. Same service, same audience, same process, until it works consistently. And then, I would scale. More outreach, more conversations, more results. Then systemize it. Templates, scripts, processes. Now you're not guessing. Now you're operating. And this is where it becomes real. Not random. Not luck. Predictable. And here's the truth nobody wants to hear. You don't need money to start. You don't need skills to start. You don't need experience to start. You need action. Because action creates skill. Skill creates confidence. Confidence creates results. But only if you move. And most people won't. They'll watch this, understand it, agree with it, and still do nothing. So the real question is, are you one of them? Or are you going to be the person who actually starts, builds something, and gets paid for the first time? Because the difference between those two paths is your entire future. And it starts with one simple decision. Start. Now. By using these simple business strategies, you can improve your processes and increase your revenue. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with your colleagues.